Number 10. Talicha Peak Electronic Combat Range. Combat ranges near a military base aren't that unusual, but do you know about electronic combat ranges? Is it actually a real thing? Apparently it is. It is said that pilots are trained to deal with electronic warfare here. Located on Pahut Mesa in the area of the Nellis Air Force Base complex in Nevada, Talicha Peak Electronic Combat Range, or TPECR, is impossible to spot on a map. The main access to the facility is via a paved road from Highway 95. There are no signs on the entry, but after 2 miles, the person traveling there will reach a guardhouse, which blocks any further travel. There is an alternative way to access, which is by air. The main complex has a number of structures which include what appears to be 2 hangars, but it's not known whether it is a warehouse or a workshop. Online rumors about the electronic combat range imply that UFOs were spotted in the area and that humans and aliens are working together on mind control experiments. It's also rumored that many people who went missing were found there and used for experiments like gene splicing. Number 9. PORTON Down. PORTON Down is the oldest chemical warfare research installation. It was established in 1916, around the time of World War I, and is located in Wiltshire, England, near Salisbury. The lab has quite a history. PORTON Down is known for its chemical and biological weapons research and laboratories exploring the world's most dangerous pathogens. Also known as the War Department Experimental Research Ground, its isolation has led to a great deal of speculation as to what scientists were able to get up to at the lab. Much like the US counterpart, Area 51, there are rumors of human, animal, and even alien experiments occurring at PORTON Down. The research lab created and tested many deadly weapons of chemical warfare, including poisoning and numbing agents. The most significant controversy was that human subjects were used in testing the weapons and their effects, and according to reports on the morally questionable human experiments, a young airman named Ronald Madison died after a liquid nerve agent was dripped onto his arm in 1953. From 1945 to 1989, scientists allegedly exposed more than 3,400 humans to nerve gas. PORTON has tested on more humans with nerve gas, and for the longest period than any other establishment in the world. Number 8. SVALBARD Global Seed Vault. SVALBARD Global Seed Vault was established in 2008 in Norway. The vault was built as a secure backup facility to protect and preserve the world's crop diversity. It's located on the Norwegian island of the Svalbard archipelago and provides long-term storage of duplicates of seeds conserved in gene banks around the world. If you are excited to visit the vault, sorry to disappoint you, for not everyone has access to do so. Due to various reasons, the facility provides security for the world's food supply against the loss of seeds in gene banks. The vault is managed by the Government of Norway, the Crop Trust, and the Nordic Genetic Resource Center. The seed vault contains seeds from all over the world. As the base is near the North Pole, permafrost and thick rock ensure that the seed samples will remain frozen even if there is a power failure in the facility. The seeds are sealed tight in packages made of foil, stored in airtight boxes and arranged in shelves. An optimum temperature is maintained in the vault under low moisture conditions. These conditions help preserve the seeds for longer and retain their viability. The vault has millions of seed varieties. Be it exotic or common, just name it and it can be found there. According to Crop Trust, the vault has the capacity to store up to 4.5 million varieties of crops, and each variety can contain about 500 seeds. So a maximum of 2.5 billion seeds can be stored. Currently, the vault holds more than 1 million samples from almost every country. In case there is an apocalypse, the Earth's plant and crop diversity, including food supply, can still be rebuilt. Number 7. GADER Air Base. GADER Air Base is a military-based airport located in Gădăr-Lezhë County, Albania. There are many airbase airports across the world, but what makes this airbase so unique? Well, this airbase belongs to the communist era, and while once active, has fallen into major disrepair. The base was previously operated by the Albanian military and was home to numerous MiGs and other Soviet and Chinese aircraft. The base is burrowed into the sides of a mountain and contains some 2,000 feet of tunnels within its walls. While no longer used by the Albanian military, the airport bustled with a maze of tunnels, aircraft, and military staff. The incredible thing about this base was that planes would fly out of GADER from the side of a mountain. The pilots had to ensure they didn't turn soon after takeoff, as there was a high risk of crashing into the side of the mountain housing the base. Some of the fighter jet aircraft found at the GADER Air Base were MiG-19, MiG-17, and MiG-21. There are still many original MiG planes within GADER, which Albanian officials are trying to sell, and have even considered putting them on display at various museums across Albania. The base was constructed under the orders of dictator Enver Hoxha to prevent any foreign invasion and takeover. In 2004, the final jet flew from GADER, and now the base is now off limits to all personnel. Number 6. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is currently the largest military base operated by the Air Force on United States territory. Located in Dayton, Ohio, this air base was built in 1917. Though the base isn't secret and is actually well known, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base remains one of the most mysterious military bases in the United States because of the various theories that surround it. Many historians believe that the leading scientists managed to reverse engineer Russian aircraft during the Cold War here. One of the conspiracy theories suggests that scientists even reverse engineered alien technology as well. Many Americans believe that a UFO with its extraterrestrial crew crash-landed in the New Mexico desert near Roswell on July 2, 1947. The site was supposedly cleaned up by the Air Force from nearby Roswell Army Air Force Base. According to reports, the space vessel was then shipped off to Hangar 18 at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base to remain hidden. It is also said that the Roswell crash was not the only extraterrestrial crash in the US, and that there was more to it. One of the crashes, rumored to have happened, had 16 alien bodies, which were taken to Wright-Patterson. And if there were any survivors, the medicines that were administered to save the aliens ended up killing them. Do you believe in aliens? What do you think about the theories of UFO crash sightings? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are enjoying our video, give us a like and share, and make sure you subscribe as well. Number 5. South China Sea Bases. A few years ago, China started turning several islands and reefs into several military establishments in the South China Sea. Strangely, a few years ago, these islands didn't even exist, but seem to have been constructed just for this purpose. These military bases are situated far away from mainland China and any other island that comes within the expanse of disputed waters. A government-associated publication said that the reefs and islands in southern China have distinctive advantages and are essential in safeguarding national sovereignty by maintaining the presence of military services amid the open seas. China claims sovereignty over most of the South China Sea. Since 2014, they have been building man-made artificial islands that are being fortified heavily with loaded missiles, runways, and weapon systems. 6 other countries have made overlapping claims in the waterways: Vietnam, Brunei, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Taiwan. No one knows the intention behind these defense infrastructures. Many believe that its purpose might be for controlling shipping and trading, or maybe that they are trying to take over the oil and natural gas rights of the local territory, or maybe even expand the Chinese military presence. What's worrying for China's neighbors is that it might well be all 3 reasons. A new report suggested that the territory could be vulnerable to attacks and could be indefensible in the event of war. What do you think? Could China be slowly trying to encroach into other territories? Number 4. Area 51. Familiar with Area 51? In September of 2019, alien hunters and college students, along with tons of other netizens, were ready to raid the place after the speculation of aliens being present there spread like wildfire. Area 51 is a highly classified facility which comes under the supervision of the United States Air Force and is located in Nevada. It was built in 1955, and the details of the facility's operations have never made it to the public domain. Area 51 is actually an active military base, and the most advanced air technology has been developed for the Air Force and military from here. The USAF said that the base is an open training range and supports the development and also testing of experimental aircraft and weapon systems. However, the intense security surrounding the site led to many conspiracy theories. The most common one was that UFOs being sighted around the base, and that experiments on aliens were also going on there. Over the years, bizarre lights surrounded the skies. It is said that planes were secretly flown or were tested at night. The speed of the airplanes and heights were foreign and unbelievable. These were some of the main reasons behind the whole alien speculation. Most of the mysteries and, of course, secrecy continue to remain unknown. Still, as long as there are theories and the internet, we can see many more speculations unfold. Number 3. Wendover Army Air Base. Pearl Harbor is one of the most well-known attacks in history, and so is the American military response that leveled Japanese cities Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Wendover Army Air Base, located in Utah, was a training base for B-17 and B-24 bombers, and the crews that were trained to carry out the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Built between 1940 to 1945, the base was constructed because the United States began looking for additional bombing ranges. Local ranchers started protesting against the loss of their lands and even took the complaints to Governor Henry Hooper Blood, but the War Department pressed on the construction. The first military members arrived in August of 1941 to construct targets on the bombing range, and the first training unit arrived in April 1942. They found the place ideal for bomb training due to a lack of population around the area. The base of the 509th Composite Group under the command of Colonel Paul W. Tibbetts was the one behind flying the B-29 that bombed Hiroshima. The base was high on security and followed a strict rule of what you do here, what you hear here, stays here. The information was very confidential, and the 509th Group didn't know about the purpose of the training before reaching the site. The airbase was closed by the Air Force in 1969, and currently the base is used as a remote civil airport in Utah. Number 2. Kapustin Yar. Kapustin Yar is a rocket launch and development site situated in Astrakhan Oblast, Russia. Built in 1946 under the command of Joseph Stalin, the primary reason behind construction of the base was to test rockets for the Russian military. Just like PORTON Down, this base is also a secretive military test facility, and you can already imagine what sinister work has been done there. There is a rumor that Kapustin Yar leads a secret double existence. It's said that the mere fact of the installation was only discovered when a German military plane flew over the site and located intel on the property. There is also the popular rumor of alien sightings. There are claims that in January 1986, a UFO crashed into Mount Izvestokhavia. Even the New York Times wrote a detailed piece about it. However, most of these sightings were around the Kapustin site. Apparently, the base holds extraterrestrial aircrafts and isolated cells for conducting alien autopsies. According to some, Kapustin Yar is where the Soviet Union's top researchers, military specialists, and scientists were sent to develop highly classified Cold War technologies and weaponry. It was so secretive that the small town near it was completely eliminated after all the residents were evacuated. So what exactly was happening there that it had to be destroyed by the government's order? No one knows for certain. Number 1. Pine Gap. If you watched the Netflix show Pine Gap, you already know that it's based on a true story. Pine Gap, located in rural Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, is a military-based facility jointly operated by Australia and the United States. Built in 1996, this place was known as the Joint Defense Space Research Facility, which was created thanks to a treaty between the US and Australia to build a US satellite surveillance base locally on Australian soil. The purpose of this facility was solely based on space research. Since the Cold War ended in 1991 and the rise of the War on Terror started in 2001, the facility has been refocusing on nuclear treaty monitoring and missile launch detection. Pine Gap consists of a massive computer complex with 38 radomes protecting radio dishes. The base has over 800 employees, and NSA employee David Rosenberg stated that the chief of the facility was a CIA agent in service. The location is significantly strategic because it controls the United States spy satellites, which pass over 1/3 of the globe. It includes China, the Middle East, the Asian part of Russia, and even North Korea. The intel that has been produced has been relied heavily upon by US Special Forces, the Pentagon, and the President and his military leaders. What is unique about this facility is that Pine Gap relies heavily on signal intelligence rather than human intelligence. Does the base function as a launch site or a secret military base? You are free to take your guess. Thanks for watching. Which of these secret military bases most intrigues you? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to never miss the video. See you next time. Bye!